Alright guys, so what we're going to be doing today is a video series on me fixing up an old car. It's a 1970 Maverick. I'm going to try to film everything I do just to have something to look back on. So what we got here today is a reproduction of a grabber hood made by Dynacorn. It is very solid, very good quality. We're going to be having a look at that, and then we're going to put it on the car and do a test fit before we go have it painted. So let's go ahead and have a look and see what we got here. This is an awesome hood. Here's the front on view. Pretty mean looking. Look at the contours on that. Really good metal. There's the scoops. Now the scoops are separate. You have to buy those separate. It's $150 for a pair. But they just fit right in like this. But here's the original. You can see the difference. There is no scoops, which is fine. But that's the difference right there. Scoops, no scoops. Makes the car look totally different. The Maverick, a lot of people make fun of them, just like I used to when I was growing up, because usually in America, the only people that drove Mavericks were old men and old women, your mama and papa. It was considered a weak car. It actually outsold the Mustang for several years when it first came out, so it really and truly was a good car for Ford, but it just never was taken serious as far as being like a muscle car. However, if you build it right, it is one of the most underrated muscle cars you could ever have. In Mexico and Brazil, just a little history, they usually put a 302 in them, and they were some pretty mean cars. They would keep up with a lot of things out there, whereas in America they usually got a straight six, either a 171, or I'm sorry, a 170, a 200, or a 250. 250s weren't that bad, but still, you know, a 302, if you build it up, you can get quite a bit of power out of that. But in America, they were just not taken as serious as they should have been. But now I'm going to build the car like it should have been built, in my opinion. I'm going to be putting a 347 in it. I'm going to get me a stronger transmission, and I'm going to add a gear vendor's overdrive unit, which will split the gears and give me a 6-speed automatic is basically what it'll turn it into. So let's go ahead and open the hood and see what we're working with, just so I can show you on video. So the original hood ain't bad at all. All we're going to have to do is take this trim piece off. We're going to save that, save the latch. And the rest of it is basically unbolting those two bolts on each side and getting that new hood lined up. So here we go, folks. The test fit of the grabber hood. Whoa! So now, after many tries and many cuss words, I got the hood fitting pretty good. It's not exactly perfect, but it don't have to be right now. At some point I'm going to pull it back off and have it painted, and probably going to pull the fenders off too when I put the 347 in it. So getting it exactly perfect right now does not really matter, but we get to see what it looks like, and we get to see if we need to do any body work or adjustments on it or anything like that to get it to fit. Like this right here, that's a little bit wider than it needs to be, that gap. This is the gap you want, something like that. So as you can see, the hood, the underneath looks exactly like it does from the factory. All I had to do is put the latch on it. Of course, I'll pull that back off and repaint it, make it look like it should. Put the trim piece up front, I'll be redoing that, making it look a little bit better. And that's it. That's all I had to do to it. Everything else looks exactly like it should. But another thing I did, I got some parts from Melvin's Classic Ford. I got these bumper adjusters right here. And I also got the rubber that goes down the inside of the fender. That way the hood will set exactly perfect once you get it all adjusted. Got that little stopper. It's all brand new. Got it on both sides, of course. Now, when I first put the hood on, I've never had to really adjust one, so it was kind of a big learning process for me. It's really aggravating, unless you've done it before. Now that I know what I'm doing, I could do another one pretty simple, but the first time you do it, you're going to get aggravated. It sucks. No lying about that. But anyway, I couldn't get the hood to close. The latch wouldn't work. It wouldn't engage. It wouldn't. I couldn't get the lip to go under this stop post right here. But anyway, what it came down to was these adjusters right here. They were setting a little bit too low, or excuse me, a little bit too high. And all I had to do was just adjust them down a couple turns, and then it shut perfect. So if you put a hood on and it does not shut, just mess with these a little bit. Make sure you got new rubber in there, and it should make the process a lot easier. But as you can see, the scoops are fake. So what we're going to do is open this hole up and make it function. That way, when you're setting at a traffic light, some of the heat can get out. It'll go out the top, act like a chimney effect, and hopefully you won't have any cooling issues, because we're going to be running headers in here. It's going to be pretty much about as hot as you want to get. So what we're going to do in the next episode, we're going to take this scoop, cut that out with a Dremel tool, and see the pattern in there? I found this at Home Depot. All it is gutter guards. I'm going to cut the inside of this out and fit that inside of it. Now, I can either go black or I can go bare metal color. I haven't decided which to do. Probably do one of each and see which one I like best. That's in the next episode. Tune in, guys. Project Woooo!